Hey, welcome back to our channel. Welcome to Middleton Motorsports. We are excited to bring you the 2024 Dark Horse. I can tell you, I think this is one of the first Dark Horses in Wisconsin. You've seen it on the dyno. Hopefully, if not, check out that video. 440 horsepower to the wheels, 3 runs, very consistent. 440 horsepower to the wheels. Specifications of this car is 500 horsepower at the crank, and we were excited to get it up on the dyno right away. So check out that video. Chuck and Matt have done a phenomenal job with that. So what you have here is a Oxford White 2024 Dark Horse. It has 3 options. So base price is $59,000 and change. It has 3 options. The first option is an interior trim package, which when we show you the interior, it's really cool. A lot of blue accents, blue seat belts, blue deviated stitching, etc. It has the handling package, which I think is a must-have in the Dark Horse for $4,995. So just $5 underneath $5,000. And it also has the Recaro seats, which gets this car to a sticker price, an MSRP of about $71,000 with the gas guzzler tax and delivery and destination. So for $71,000, is this Dark Horse worth $13,000 more than the convertible GT that we shared with you a couple weeks ago? I would say for sure. My first time driving it, my first time really looking and seeing a Dark Horse in person, the aggressive nature of it, everything that, I was a little bit concerned about on the GT model, smoothing the edges, taking out some of the lines of the S650. I think the Dark Horse brings some of that back in spades. The sinister nature of some of the accents and the striping really makes this car, I think, gives it a much more effective and more sinister look. The handling package does lower the car. I'm not sure exactly how much, but it is lower versus the regular GT or the non-handling package. And it comes with the big Brembo brakes, so no problem stopping whenever you want or hitting those apexes on the track. If you come around to the front, you could see here the blacked out, they black out right below the headlights, and they also black out the chrome from the GT cars, and they black that out, so you really have this sinister look. I keep on saying that, but this sinister look to the front, which is absolutely fantastic. It also comes with the handling package comes with a much more aggressive splitter for that arrow and keep that downforce. Underneath, you can't see it, but I'm not sure if this is the first time for Mustang, but they have the strikers underneath that gets the air out from underneath the car. They're like, vanes that send the air out from behind the front wheels, which frees up for the rear end, the downforce with the rear diffuser. I know Ford spent a lot of time from a handling standpoint and a downforce standpoint managing the balance between the front and the rear of the car. And I believe the work that they've done with the front splitter and underneath the car has really helped to keep that front end down. This does have the sticker package on top with the Dark Horse. I think it looks really good. You see the writing here, Mustang Dark Horse, embedded in the sticker package. The black, satin black mirrors with the black wheels coming around to the rear end of the car. This very aggressive rear wing. This also has the gurney flap installed. So as you look closer, this is a piece here that installs, if you don't, helps with the downforce and the balance between the front and rear of the car. This gives you the downforce in the rear, that gurney flap, added downforce to the wing that's there. For the first time on the Mustang, you've probably heard this or saw this, it has the front-facing horse from a logo standpoint. And this Dark Horse really sits in a nice space above the GT, hopefully below the GT500 if they come out with that in the future, but really in a great space. Some compare it to the old GT350, or I've seen some comparisons to the Mach 1. Clearly the car is 4 years newer than the GT350, so from a handling standpoint, you'll hear some of my driving impressions. It feels planted to the road. It goes where you point it. The feedback through the steering wheel, I think, is fantastic, even better than the 350 or even the Mach 1. and it doesn't bounce around the road at all. So looking forward to getting this on the track. Look for that in a future video. But again, the rear, you have the dual exhaust, the quad exhaust in the rear with the diffuser that looks like it comes straight off of the GT500, quite frankly. And a very aggressive rear with this big rear wing. The blacked out quad exhaust tips are fantastic. This car is equipped, like I said earlier, this car is equipped with the handling package. With that, you have the front splitter, a more aggressive front splitter. You have the 305 Pirelli Trofeo RSs on the front and the 315 Pirelli Trofeo RSs on the rear. With the wider track that comes with the handling package, you could see the molding, if you will, that is extended on the front fender on both sides to cover the gap from the wheel, as well as maybe to help with downforce when you're running around the track. Let's take a look at the interior. One thing that hits you right away when you enter the Dark Horse is the door sill has Mustang Dark Horse, and I'm not sure if I don't know this, but with the accent package that this car comes with the blue, the door sill plaque is really cool, matches the interior. Mustang Dark Horse in blue. I think that's a nice touch when you enter the vehicle. We're in the interior of the Dark Horse here. Remember, this car has the accent package option. It's about $4,000. It has the blue accent. So if you look throughout the interior, and in my prior video, you saw us talk about the quality of the interior of the S650 platform. And I think with the Dark Horse, they really take it to the next level. The deviated stitching, if you want to call it that, is blue. It ties real nice throughout the door panels as well as the Recaro seats. You have this Alcantara type interior insert for the Recaros, trimmed by the outside leather with the nice Recaro across the headrest of the seat. It has this titanium 3D printed shift knob, which is in a satin blue, which the color is, ties really nicely to the interior trim. And if you look within the seats, I should have mentioned when I talked about the Recaro seats here, if you look within the seats, there is a blue, fabric, if you will, underneath the outer Alcantara. So it gives you a nice blue accent on the seats. The interior dash remains the same. You have about a over 12-inch digital screen in front of you, and then almost a 13-inch digital screen. It looks like one, but there are two separate. The car is completely customizable to whatever driving, condition you like or you're dealing with. You can customize the steering feel, you can customize the exhaust, you can customize the handling. And there's standard modes as well. There's a normal, a sport, and a track. Right now we're in normal, which is we have set up as the old Fox body interior, which is really cool to look at. But if you shift it to to sport, you get this digital layout where you have the tach on the left and the speed on the right. And then you have the track layout, which is, really aggressive layout where you have the tachometer running across the top, which is very important when you're on the track to make sure you're in the right gear. And then you have the tire pressure as well, which is an important indicator while you're on the track. You want to make sure your tire pressures are where they need to be. But overall, the steering feel, I think it's the same steering wheel that was in the GT that we showcased earlier. I really like the steering wheel. It does have the deviated blue stitching on the interior of the leather here, and it feels really, really nice in your hand. I don't know if they made it smaller or not, but it feels really nice in your hand while you're driving. But overall, very, very happy with the interior. Some say, look, it's, the traditionalists don't necessarily like the evolution of the digital screen. Look, I think to remain relevant, Ford needs to continue to attract new buyers, whether it's Generation Z or X or whomever it might be. This is where the cars are going, and this is where those consumers are. They like the customizable nature of this. And, it takes a little bit of getting used to, but it is driver-centric. It faces you. I believe on the track, it'll be, everything is in perfect proportion to where you need it to be. It's I think they really did a nice job with this interior. Okay, so we find ourselves here in the 2024 Mustang Dark Horse on the windy roads of Wisconsin. Our favorite road, back on 19. You saw this on the dyno, like I said before. 440 rear wheel horsepower, and man, you could feel it. Hopefully you had a chance to see our video on the convertible GT, which had the premium package, not the performance package, but the premium package. This has 20 more horsepower as indicated, and you can feel it, especially the torque. It's a 6-speed Tremec. Short throws, feels real good in your hand. That titanium 3D printed shift knob is at a perfect height for your elbow. I mean, I'm 5'10" and a half maybe, and my elbow sitting here on the center console with my palm on the shifter, it just is a perfect spot. Feels very comfortable. The throws are notchy, but not overly notchy. You know what gear you're in. You know you're in the gear. It inspires a tremendous amount of confidence. And the no-lift shift, oh, it's so good. You can have so much fun with this car. I would daily this thing like crazy. I don't know why you would get it. It's my opinion, but I don't know why you would get it in a 10-speed automatic. Although I know it comes in it, it's probably faster, it's probably quicker. It's definitely quicker off the line. But I can't say that it would be more fun running through the gears. This has, I'm in track. I don't know why you would drive this in any other mode, but it has the custom settings so you can adjust. I mean, the car is completely adjustable, from steering to throttle to the exhaust note. You can customize this any way you like, but it clearly comes in 3 modes: normal, sport, and track. Track opens it up, opens up the exhaust, tightens the steering. I don't know if it does anything to the throttle response or not, but I mean, it's just a way to drive it. It is a bit firmer, clearly, and it should be. This car has the handling back for $4,995. Save that, you know, they just want to be right under that $5,000 mark for some reason. It feels planted to the road. I can't wait to get this out on the track. I do have a 350, or had a 350 and a 500, and I know that the car, you see a lot of comparisons to the 350 or even the Mach 1. I mean, clearly the car is 4 years newer. The technology should be better from the handling, the Magna Ride, but that car feels really planted, and you know, there is no trailing. You know, the car goes where you say it, where you point it. Sorry. It's not darty at all. It's very compliant. The rear end sticks to the ground around the turns, and you know, really looking forward to getting this on the track. What a pleasure to drive. I mean, come on, the rev match. I'm slightly capable of doing that on my own. I can't say I'm really good at it, but man, why do it when you have the car rev matches for you? That's not a true driving enthusiast there, but man, the rev match downshift that the car does is fantastic. And the no-lift shifts is fun. Thanks. And my impression here in driving this car, again, I can't thank Ford enough for continuing with the manual, continuing with the high-powered V8, 500 horsepower. Just a blast to drive. I hope these cars don't go away. Thank you for spending some time with us here and my first drive impressions of the 2024 Dark Horse. Hopefully we answered the question, at least for me, is the Dark Horse worth the $14,000 premium to the GT that we showcased on an earlier video? And my answer is absolutely yes. The handling, the Tremec 6-speed, the interior accent package that this car has, it is ready for the track. It is ready for anything that you throw at it. Just an incredible car, and I think it looks much more sinister. Lowered with the blacked out accents, the rear wing, the front diffuser, the hood decals, the mirrors. It's a mean looking car. We're happy to have it here at Middleton Ford and Middleton Motorsports. Please like and subscribe the video. check out our earlier videos on this Dark Horse and other Mustangs that we have been putting up on the dyno. And Chuck and Matt and the team at Middleton Motorsports and Middleton Ford are doing a fantastic job. We're excited to share more and more with all of you. Again, like and subscribe, follow us on Instagram, and check out our website, www.middletonmotorsports.com, where you can find all of the performance parts for not only Mustangs, but Broncos and all other vehicles. Thanks for joining. Till next time, take care, everybody. www.middleton. Check us out on our website, www.middletonmotorsports.com. And check us out on Middleton Motorsports.